The scene begins with Beckwith, a farmer on the Texas-Mexico border, living through a thriller that could rival any Hollywood blockbuster. His daughter, Lee, has been missing for days, and the only clue he has found is her car, mysteriously intact at a Mexican junkyard. Suspicious, right? But it gets worse. After reporting his discovery to the local police in Juror, Sean returns to the junkyard and finds that Lee's car has vanished without a trace, like a magic trick sponsored by a cartel. To make things even more thrilling, Hector Montoya, one of the officers, seems more interested in accusing Sean of trespassing than helping him find his daughter. Nothing screams efficient police work like threatening a desperate father with legal trouble. Back at the ranch, things don't improve. Sean's younger daughter decides this is the perfect moment to remind him of all his past failures, accusing him of being incapable of protecting the family. What a low blow. Susan, Sean's wife, tries to lift his spirits, but he's restless and increasingly suspicious of the two officers. With his instincts screaming conspiracy, he decides to take matters into his own hands and contacts the consulate. Enter Max, an old military friend of Sean's, offering his unique brand of help. The problem is that Max has a reputation for solving problems with the subtlety of a ticking time bomb. Sean politely declines, realizing that calling Max is like asking Rambo to babysit. It's bound to end in explosions. At the consulate, Sean learns that Lee isn't missing alone. She disappeared with a friend. This new detail only heightens his paternal panic. As he shares his suspicions about the officers, the consulate drops a bombshell. There's a good chance Victor Garza, a cartel boss who is practically Mexico's Darth Vader, is involved. And don't expect them to sugarcoat the news. They remind Sean that Garza's henchmen aren't exactly known for handing out missing person flyers and suggest, just maybe, that he should move on with his life. As a bonus, they also mention some of Garza's greatest atrocities, like the disappearance of 400 people a year. The plot thickens when the consulate mentions that Garza was a mercenary in the past. This information hits Sean hard, considering his own history in the Special Forces. We then discover that our farmer was once a colonel, leading a team specializing in, let's say, brutally efficient problem solving. This revelation adds a delicious layer of irony. The man who once eliminated threats with ruthless precision now has to navigate a labyrinth of corruption, cartels, and useless cops to save his daughter. If this isn't the perfect setup for a Liam Neeson-style revenge saga, what is? An interesting tidbit is that filmmakers used a real Texas ranch as the protagonist's base, adding an extra touch of authenticity. Now, if I were in Sean's shoes, I definitely wouldn't have gone to the junkyard alone. That's practically begging for trouble. But contacting the consulate was a smart move, even if they didn't offer the most comforting advice. I found the idea of Victor Garza being an ex-mercenary particularly intriguing, adding depth to the character and making him a worthy antagonist. If you were in Sean's position, would you have accepted Max's help, knowing his reputation, or tried to handle everything alone like Sean did? Share your opinion in the comments below. But moving on. Victor Garza received the news about Lee, the daughter of a retired U.S. Colonel, Sean. Victor quickly realized his clumsy henchman had made a huge mistake by kidnapping the wrong girl, a potential diplomatic disaster. Knowing this could harm his illicit U.S. connections, Victor acted swiftly. He reprimanded his henchman, Hector Montoya, and his partner for the catastrophic error. His accomplice resolved the issue by immediately shooting Montoya's partner, but spared Montoya on the condition that he deliver Sean's head on a platter. Never one for moderation, Victor also sent his beloved brother Carlos and an army of mercenaries to Texas with a simple mission: wipe out Sean's entire family and leave a bloody spectacle for the media. Meanwhile, Sean was living his best retired life on his farm, casually dealing with pests using his trusty long-barreled rifle, completely unaware of the chaos headed his way. That changed when he noticed a convoy of suspicious vehicles speeding toward his property. Rushing inside, he instructed his wife and daughter to hide upstairs as he prepared to defend his home. Carlos and his gang wasted no time turning the farm into their personal shooting range. With bullets flying everywhere, a local sheriff, in the middle of his lunch, reluctantly abandoned his meal to investigate. Despite Sean's military experience, the sheer number of attackers overwhelmed him. forcing him to adopt improvised Home Alone-style tactics, breaking plates and glasses to track the invaders' movements. When they finally broke into the house, Sean took them out one by one. Upstairs, he ordered his family to escape through the window, while Carlos, in a stroke of brilliance, sent Montoya alone to confront him. Predictably, Montoya met his end, and Sean managed to escape with his family just as the sheriff arrived, only to be killed in the ensuing shootout. In a breathtaking chase, Sean and his family fled as Carlos and his remaining men pursued them relentlessly. Sean's truck might have been Ford tough, but Carlos was equally determined to make the chase headline-worthy. In an epic showdown, Sean exited the vehicle, channeling his inner John McClane, hello, Die Hard reference, and unleashed a barrage of gunfire, taking down Carlos's entire team. Carlos, being the last man standing, refused to reveal Lee's whereabouts until Sean employed some creative persuasion involving bullets and limbs. After confessing, Carlos was swiftly eliminated. Sean then sent his family to a safe location, determined to rescue Lee alone. Enter Max, Sean's reliable friend and secret weapons supplier who joined the mission. Max, ever the calm operator, shared intel about Victor's operations and revealed his arsenal. The two stormed Victor's fortress like it was the final mission in Call of Duty. Victor, understandably shaken, watched as his empire crumbled around him. Max and Sean left no stone unturned, eliminating all the guards with precision. When Sean finally confronted Victor, the fight was less a duel and more a one-sided beating fueled by paternal rage. Desperate to save himself, Victor revealed Lee's location. Sean and Max quickly dealt with the weak guards on site and reunited Sean with his daughter and her friend. Max, ever opportunistic, took Victor's head and placed it by the roadside as a grim warning. Sean, now reunited with his family, finally breathed a sigh of relief, though one can't help but wonder if his retirement plans now include cartel-free vacations. Was Sean's character inspired by real-life military veterans? This adds an emotional weight to the story, though we're pretty sure most real-life veterans don't go on revenge rampages against cartels. Honestly, I would have skipped the whole glass-breaking idea. A good security system would have saved Sean a lot of mess. Now, I'll leave you with an amazing video to watch. I promise you won't regret it. Take care, and I'll see you there.